instructional material is very imperative in the teacher's performance, engaging the academic capacity of the students. No? It also helps the teachers systematically look into the topic for the whole semester. So the teachers can be guided of the instructional materials, because without those, so teachers is not effective, no, in terms of in the classroom instruction. And also materials, reading materials is also very important, because as teachers we need a lot of reference for our students to understand, to be more knowledgeable and aware of the subject matter.
So, which do you prefer? The traditional items or the modern,
The OBIs, the outcome-based curriculum that we are using. The most effective is the present, because on the traditional way, it is only the teacher who kept on discussing. But here in the new methods of teaching, the teacher and learners must go together. No? So the teacher will impart knowledge, the students will also share their knowledge. So it is a symbiotic, in terms of relationship. So the students are encouraged also to share, to share their views, encouraged to participate, so that teachers will know if the student really understand the subject. Kasi kung nagkaroon ka lang, makahimik ka lang, the teachers find it hard to know whether the students really understand the subject.
So, last question. What is the advantages and disadvantages of IMs?
And the disadvantages of the IMs, I could not see any disadvantages. But in the traditional, I can see a lot of disadvantages. But in the new curriculum, new ways of teaching, there are a lot of advantages, because here you will give avenue to the students to really learn, from the discussion of the teacher. Encourage them to participate, then encourage them to research, to do what is required of them. While in the traditional, it is only the teacher talking. Yes. But here, we allow students, although teacher will also discuss. Yes. Kasi the teachers cannot discuss, how could students also deepen the discussion of the teacher? So the teacher will discuss, the students will listen, but along the process, the students, through the learning process, can share they will be motivated to discuss, to share their views. That is the advantage. But I cannot see the disadvantage.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
I have some questions. What can you say about using IMs?
Actually, I am not a Ncmc person. I am a criminologist, but instructional materials is very important because it will help the student develop their so-called responsibility, because nowadays students are very millennials, okay? But the real focus on the instructional materials. Instructional materials is very important, especially because nowadays we are applying the OBE, it's the new mandated by the Fed, and the DepEd, which is the outcome based, wherein we will a student centered. millennial strategies. When we are talking about the traditional, I am into it because sometimes if there is a technology or brownout, diba? So we can avoid that thing. So there is a traditional item, but it will substitute to the modern. But I prefer modern structural materials because this time I use a projector, technique, a 80 presentation because it will help the student to motivate and as well as gain their attention in your class.
So, ma'am, what are the advantages, disadvantages of items?
Advantages and disadvantages. The instructional materials is not hit on what the student wanted to learn and wanted to know on the topic. Then the advantage is both instructional materials is useful. Both instructional materials are very helpful to the students and as well as to the students. It is student centered nowadays. So that's all.
Which do you prefer, traditional INs or the modern instructional materials?
I prefer the modern instructional materials. Just like as what we all know that the modern instructional materials or the modern teaching is what we call the learner-centered, and also the traditional teaching or the traditional instructional materials is what we call the subject-centered. So I prefer most the modern teaching.
And I ask you a few questions there. What can you say about using INs in teaching?
Okay, by using IMs or what we call the instructional materials in teaching, it can be used while students are listening and you are teaching. So you can also catch up the attention of the students just like using multimedia materials. By using that multimedia materials, so the students will be able to discover what is new or what is in the real world.
What is the advantages and disadvantages of using INs?
Okay, the disadvantages of using instructional materials is that the availability of the materials. If the materials is not available, so you can no longer use that kind of materials. For example, you're using projector. So if we have no current, so di ka makagamit. And the advantages of instructional materials is that you can show to your students about the real objects, not the what we call picture lang. So that's it.
God bless.
God bless you too.
Um, can I ask questions, Mom,
Okay.
about IMs?
Yes.
My first question, Mom, is what can you say about using instructional materials in teaching?
Um, I can say that instructional materials system system instructional material is very important when it comes to teaching because many students are not fully get the attention of the teachers, and it helps a lot because students get the focus and attention on that materials, and they easily fully understand what the topic is all about on teaching because visual aids are very helpful to them to enable to understand.
So, what do you think, Mom? Is it effective, Mom, using IMs in teaching
Yes.
as a student?
Yes.
My third question is, which do you prefer, the traditional IMs or the modern instructional materials?
Modern instructional materials
Why, Mom?
because in modern uh, many teachers or many others using some technologies like PowerPoint to present a topic, different topic. They add many instructions, or they add many topics that they are relevant to the topic, and so they can add more their presentation. They can add more colorful or more attractive to the students.
So there is an advantages about the modern than the traditional.
Yes.
That's all, Mom. Thank you very much, Mom.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think the advantage?
Um, Mom, my last question is, what do you think about the disadvantage and advantages of using modern instructional materials and traditional materials?
In traditional materials, many teachers are being being struggle or have a difficulty when it comes to traditional because many students are not catch up the attention of students, and many students too are not listening, so traditional are not very not
Effective
effective in right now in
um,
generation.
in this generation.
Yes.
How about the modern instructional materials, Mom?
In this generation, is modern materials is very very useful today because many
Thanks.
teachers would go to modern, so their work or their topic or about their some important matters are being easily to them to finish that topic.
Thank you, Mom.
Thank you very much.
Some questions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am.
Sir, what do you prefer? The traditional items or the progressive items?
Actually, for me, it's uh, progressive IMs because progressive IMs, we talk about that. It is the innovation of the traditional IMs. So when it comes to teaching strategies, so uh, progressive IMs is more vital than the progressive traditional IMs rather. So because progressive IMs is more easier, reliable, and faster. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Education student, it is very important that a teacher must use an instructional materials because it is a way of his or her teaching to be productive and effective. So nowadays, we are using the progressive traditional instructional material. So as far as I observed, the teacher are always presenting PowerPoint. Just like before, they are presenting their visual aids. Uh, in my opinion, also, I think nowadays it has a disadvantages because nowadays will students will uh, ikat na nga. Ikat sa
Bless everyone. For me, teaching materials is a generic term used to describe the resources teacher used to deliver and deliver instructions. Also, teaching materials can support students' learning and increase students' their success. Ideally, the teaching materials will be tailored to the content in which they're being used, to the student in whose class they are being used, and the teachers. Teaching materials come in many steps and sizes, but they all have in common the ability to support student learning.
God bless. For me, what I can see the IMs or instructional material in teaching, it is use educational lessons which includes active learning and assessment or any resource a teacher to help him student is an instructional material in which I prefer the traditional material or modern material is the traditional material is I prefer textbooks, workbooks like visual aids, novels or poem. And then the modern materials it is what I can see is it is using technology. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Gabisan. I am a BSED student. For me, instructional materials help the teacher to teach the student in a fastest and easier way. Because we're using different colors, types of instructional materials, it can attract the attention of the student and it can ignite the prior knowledge and and add some additional information for the students. That's all.
Okay, God bless everyone. So for me, IMs are effective tools to be used for an educators to transfer learning. It can make it easier for the students to learn and to stimulate and to stimulate them in different aspects. The traditional and modern IMs are said to be effective to be used for facilitate learning to the students effectively. Using of IMs should always be relevant to the topic so that the students will be more motivated to learn. These instructional materials are truly a part of learning process.
So, good bless everyone. So, my own insight about instructional materials is that instructional materials enhance the teaching learning process by exhibiting information necessary to acquire information and skills. It also focuses on printed forms of instructional materials and provides detailed information. So it it is really important for us to know the instructional materials. Especially for me as a future educator, we must know the instructional materials for us to aware what to do, or what is the meaning of it, or how to handle students and how they will learn easy. Thank you.